this day. And as always, we're grateful for an opportunity to serve you and to serve our community. We pray, Lord, today for your wisdom and direction as we deliberate on the county's business. Help us to be good stewards over what you've entrusted us with. We do pray for your continued hand of protection and blessing on our folks here in Harrison County. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Join me in the pledge to the United States flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now the Texas pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. I'll be seated. First up this morning, we'll hear from our assistant auditor. This is consideration, we're going to skip the financial reports, and we don't have any line item transfers, so we're going to item number 2, which is consideration and approval of payment of regular bills. Good morning, Ms. Ani.
Hi, good morning, guys. We are requesting payment of bills in the amount of $697,158.34.
Is there a motion to approve paying our regular expenses here?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ebarb, second by Commissioner Timmons. All right. Well, how I got off.
Trying to set a new record.
I wasn't I? Only, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself here.
Oh, you didn't.
Let me back up just a moment. I ought to follow my agenda. That'll keep me on track. We don't have any announcements today. Do y'all have any announcements? We have no public comments so far this morning. We do have a quorum present and voting today. Precinct 1, Commissioner Hatfield. Precinct 2, Commissioner Timmons. Sims presiding. Precinct 3 is Commissioner Coos. And Precinct 4 is Commissioner Ebarb. It's 9:03 a.m. Call our Harrison County Commissioners Court to order on the 6th day of November here at the historic courthouse in Marshall, Texas. Now, our very first item, that was the consideration and approval of payment of regular bills. We had a motion by Commissioner Ebarb, second by Commissioner Timmons. Is there any discussion, questions, comments?
I just wanted to make a comment. I was looking at the phone bill, and so I began to ask questions about the phone bill, the Ring Central, and I found out that these are the first bills, that we haven't received a bill in about 6 months. So
Yes, sir, so it is a large amount.
Right, they understand.
We're back on track now of
I believe
receiving the monthly bill and
Yes,
paying
I
them?
believe so.
Okay, very good.
I think this caught us up, and then we should, for October, it should just start regularly.
All right. Any other questions, comments? If not, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Number 3 is consideration and approval of payroll for October 24th, 2025.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Timmons, second by Commissioner Hatfield. Any questions or comments on our payroll? If not, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Number 4 is consideration and approval of the engagement letter with Patillo, Brown and Hill LLP to provide Harrison County Juvenile Services audit services for the year ended August 31, 2025, and authorization for the county judge to execute said engagement letter. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Coos. Any questions or comments? This is, we're getting audit services from the same people who do the audit for the county.
Yes,
They'll
sir.
be
And this is just their agreement. We've already done the one for the county portion of the audit, so this will just be for the Willoughby.
just for juvenile. Very good. We have a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 5-0. Number 5 is consideration and action subject to ratification in open court, the approval of the transfer of funds to group health insurance for medical claims in the amount of $200,000. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Timmons, second by Commissioner Ebarb. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
Thank you.
Next up, Road and Bridge Department. Good morning, Mr. Powell.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I do have a couple of bullet points as administrative report, just to keep you guys updated on where we're at.
Yeah.
We're into our regular maintenance activity season. This is patching, overlay, tree removal, right-of-way vegetation management, getting to some of the things drainage-wise that we need to get to in what we call our off or slow season. The contract mowers have completed this current cycle. Things are going well with them. We're very pleased. I've not had any negative feedback yet from anything, as far as debris being left or something like that. So we're looking forward to continuing our relationship with them. Special project-wise, as you know, we moved those telephone poles that were donated by TSTC up to the Cypress Valley Navigation District to help out in their effort, so we completed that. We've received a notice from Longview Asphalt that their pricing is going up on our oil dirt and our Type D. 11% and 15% respectively. However, that is locked in for 2-year period. So it follows the cost of living index more or less, about 5 to 6% a year is what we're seeing. We're thankful for them that they help us and keep those prices controlled so we can manage the budget as best we can.
Are they the only provider around?
They are the only hot mix and oil dirt provider, unfortunately. That's not uncommon. That one company kind of owns all the plants. In today's world, in the economy and the supply chain issue, some of the small purveyors just can't make it. They just can't survive in it. So, but like I said, Longview Asphalt has been very good with us. They, helping us keep that in check, and so we can estimate it and plan on it. So this way we can make the budget go as far as we can get it in those worlds. So
11% total for the next two?
11% increase over 2 years. So it's a 5.5% increase each year. It's not. It sounds bad as a big number, but it's over a 2-year window. So it's right there with what I've been seeing across the board on all materials for road work, drainage, et cetera. We have a meeting later today with Bowman. They maintain our map book and all that data. We're going to have a conversation about moving forward down the road, getting into some GIS conversations, bringing that into the county's world to help us manage all of our roads, all of our drainage, all that sort of thing. So it's a first step conversation with them. But like I said, they've been maintaining the map book for us and the maps for a number of years. So we
That's
have
Bowman, the surveyors?
yes, they're a local surveyor company here in Marshall. So we're just having a regular meeting to just get caught up where we are, what's next, what services can they provide, that sort of thing. So, and one of them will be a discussion about GIS and how do we get there. So, and then this time of year, we operate with a smaller crew because all of our road construction, road workers are using their comp time that they generated during the construction season in the summer. So we have smaller crews, but we have dedicated work areas and work that they all need to do. We just manage it as best we can with the smaller crews. But we still have people in the building. We never go unpopulated as far as crew goes. We always have people around to deal with anything that might come up. And all those guys are on call if something were to happen, like a thunderstorm come through or a hailstorm come through or something like that. They're all expected to come back if they get called. So those are the items, just administratively report. That's what we're up to currently.
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
I was looking at the bi-weekly report from, and on 10/20, it shows that there was a special project of patching the parking lot at the Roscoe Courthouse under Precinct 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was a typo, and then I had a concern, I don't know if this bi-weekly report reflects on how much money is being spent in each precinct. And if that's a typo, I can understand, but a special project, and if it has to do with the amount of dollars being spent in precinct 2, well, the Wascom Courthouse is in precinct 1. So, what
It was
you,
the work area 2, precinct 2,
what now?
that completed that because it falls in the work area 2.
So,
like, falls
yeah.
in that part of the county, that's why it got put under there. It doesn't come out of your patching budget.
Okay, okay.
And our work areas don't always coincide with the precinct numbers. They
Okay.
tend to expand and contract as they move around, you know, in the county, so,
Yeah, I just wanted to get a clear understanding why it was
yes, sir.
listed that way. Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? If
Let me ask
not,
you a question
go ahead.
For clarification, we use 59 and 80 for work crews, correct? Kind of basically,
Kind of,
Divides
over in
the-
3 and 4, it's not 80, it is
449?
449, yes, sir. On the east side of the county, it's 59 and 80.
Okay.
59 is the divider down the middle, 80 is on
I
the
need
east
that.
side, 449 on the west side.
And that's just for the work crews that we,
Correct.
that's the reason that failed, like, okay. I thought that's what it was, but I thought it, you know, it'd be easy.
All right, we'll move along to our item number 1, consideration and approval of personnel changes for Harrison County Road and Bridge.
We had no changes on our personnel. We're status quo with what we're at. We have
Yep. Looks
9
like you had
openings.
two new hires, Garen Jernigan and Prince Dunn.
Do we have?
Equipment operators.
Yep.
Yes, we did have those 2 new hires, sorry.
Yep, no trouble.
Yeah, they started, I believe, last Monday.
All right, is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Timmons, second by Commissioner Ebarm. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 5-0. Number 2 is consideration and action regarding the approval of utility applications submitted to Harrison County Road and Bridge Department. That's a Cypress Valley Water Supply on Ernest Road, E-Tex Telephone Co-op on Blackburn Road and Younger Road, CenterPoint Energy on Pumpkin Center Road, and Spectrum Gulf Coast on Sneed Road. I assume that all these met your specifications.
Yep, they
You're
all
happy with
submitted the
them?
proper paperwork, proper information, all of the required information, dates of operation, all that. Yes, they're
Looks
all
like a
intact.
Spectrum slowing down on their fiber
Seems
work.
to be, seems to be. You know, they were big, hot and heavy all summer. Yeah, they seem to be. You don't see as many of their crews around
Yeah.
as you used to.
Very good. Do you know what's going in on Pumpkin Center Road? All that big building?
I'm not sure what that is.
My question, Senator.
This line is for a residential service. I know
Okay.
that.
They have done a lot of clearing, there's a big old building there.
Oh, I believe that's, is that RVP?
RVP is
New
on
building?
one end.
On one end, on the low, southern end, I believe?
That's across from his house there, so that may be very well what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I know of. The rest of them, I'm not sure exactly what
Yep.
that is. We don't always get notice necessarily.
Commissioner, I'm sorry, you go
That
ahead.
was my question, you knew what CenterPoint was doing on Pumpkin Center?
Residential. Yep. Very good. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Coos, second by Commissioner Ebarb. Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 5-0. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next up, from our sheriff's office. Good morning, Sheriff.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. How are y'all this morning?
Good.
Administrative report will be from 10/1 to 10/29, just a couple days shy of a month. 2,556 calls for service, 79 criminal reports taken, 38 of those went to the Criminal Investigation Division for further investigation. 75 arrests, 347 traffic contacts. We dealt with 5 mentals, did 34 transports between warrants and mental transports for a total of 5,310 miles. We had 111 legal documents received. We served 45 on personal services door to door, 15 tax postings, 22 postings for county and district, and 1 Harrison County Central Appraisal District tax sale for a total served of 83 of that 111. Sent out 1,050 juror notices. The jail's population on October the 30th was 244. That's the lowest we've seen in months and months and months. I think now it's back up around 275 or so. But
Just that quick.
we have 1 Marion County inmate and 38 U.S. Marshal inmates for a total contractual inmates of 39. The fire marshal's office did 11 safety inspections, 1 structure fire, 8 illegal dumping cases, 3 trailer loads of garbage for a total of 1,829 cubic feet of litter picked up. We took up 5 loads of tires from the roadsides. 13 complaints were fielded, 2 notice of violations, 35 inspections, 19 utility hookups for Upshur Rule. I guess none for Panola this month. We did 21 single-family permits for a total of $7,560. Did 4 commercial permits for a total of $2,240. 1 subdivision review for a total of $50 for a total money collected of $9,850. Our total amount collected in food permits from 9/30 to 10/26 was $3,625. That's the end of my summary.
I had a question on those food permits, $3,000 just last month. Is that nearly every month? Are we just renewing that many people, or does that kind of level out?
I believe you're gonna see that every month. He predicted somewhere around 40 to 45,000 a year is what that was
I
gonna
say,
generate.
so it's gonna have to keep up, I say.
Let me ask you a question. How lucky are we if every month, every time we have a meeting, you give a report, we're picking up just tons of trash? I'm talking about, and then here this month, 520 tires. I assume we have to pay to dispose of those 520 tires, the county does? Are we having any luck finding any names on any of the trash? I've said it for 10
We have,
years.
well, actually, we've had a lot of luck over the years, but it's kind of, you go to a rural road, take, Key Farm Cutoff, for instance. There's not a house on Key Farm Cutoff. There's not anything anybody can see in sight. There's trees on both sides, and you drive down that road, and there's couches and TVs and mattresses and tires, and it's the odds of catching them and or a witness and or finding something in the trash that leads you to a place to start an investigation. We have had some roofing companies dump shingles that we found out of Dallas one time, and they had to come back and clean it all up and do whatever. But sometimes you get lucky, but it takes somebody to see them usually. But
Is there any locations that are just, that you clean up and within a month or two, they're back and they're full up again?
there were, and we put night shift patrol sitting on them, and it seemed to have taken care of the problem. Out by what we used to call Beer Can Hill, it became a popular dump site for quite some time, and it after sitting on it for about 2 weeks, we haven't had another problem out there. We did stop a few people pulling down there with trailer loads of stuff. They didn't get to unload them, but I think that deterred the place.
Well, I'd even thought about some game cameras on some spots. I mean, until we can get somebody caught and trapped and through the system and hit them in the pocketbook,
Well,
the
the-
word can get around. You might dump it, but if you get caught, it's fixing to cost you. I don't see it because every month, every report is just a continual, habitual. We got people that pay and go to the dump and throw the trash away, and then we got this handful of people that just goes out like you're talking about and unloads it on the side of the road. And we either need to hit them in their pocketbook or let them lay up in the jail.
So,
as far as I'm
so they do investigate trash dumping cases. Like I said, on anything we get a
Okay.
something to furtherance on. But there's no road that I know of at this time where it's just a repetitive thing. They're doing this. People call in and go, hey, can y'all clean this road up? And I'll call out and let Blake know, and he'll go get it knocked out. So, but we didn't report on this before, but we've always cleaned up trash like this. Sheriff McCool did it too,
Right.
on Saturdays with overtime. So but we have more time and more days of the week instead of just Saturday now to do it. We do it 3 days a week instead of one. So, that's why I think you're seeing more and more of it, because we're getting out and getting more of it.
It's kind of,
Discouraging, I know.
yeah, and I know it is on y'all part.
Absolutely. I could do a lot of different things than pick up trash.
Well, I appreciate you putting some more resources and bringing us from 1 day a week to 3 days a week. I mean, obviously it's needed. We're seeing it every time, so thank you for doing that. Any other questions or comments on his administrative report? If not, we'll move on to item number 1. This is consideration and approval of an interlocal agreement between the Harrison County Sheriff's Office and the Harrison County District Attorney's Office regarding seized and forfeited assets, property, real estate, and/or cash, checks, stocks, bonds, or any other forms of monies or valuable things as described in Chapter 59 of the Texas Criminal Code of Procedure.
Of course, that's our seizure fund. It funds our narcotics unit and various other things to odds and ends that the sheriff's office needs from time to time. Anytime we see something, we got to have an agreement with the DA's office on, they get a portion, we get a portion kind of thing, and we're just updating that contract.
I see it's 30%. Is that generally what it's been in the past? Is there a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Ebarb. Any questions, comments?
How much of this does the state get? So they get the fingers in there. Do
None.
they get any of it?
No,
Is it
their
all
narcotics
state?
unit goes between the DA's office, the PD, and us. The DA's office will get 30%, the PD and I will split the rest. As far as what comes out of the unit. Now, if we do a seizure inside my office, it's just between my office and the DA's
Okay.
office.
But the state gets nothing. That's a first, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what, I mean.
Oh, I'm sure there's somewhere in there they're getting. I mean, the DA's technically a state employee, so.
Yeah. We got a comment from the gallery here.
Yes, I was gonna say, what brought this to light, they actually had a previous agreement, but we just couldn't find it, so we wanted to get one on file. And this is one of the many documents that's being required for our, motor vehicle crime prevention authority grant. We've got to submit this to them also for their records. Just, that's when we started receiving some of that equipment, y'all hadn't seen that flat track trailer that we got for Jerry, that thing today is gonna save us a lot of training and a lot of work. We made a 4 or 5 man job into a 1 man job.
Very good. All right, we got a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments on this interlocal agreement between the sheriff's office and DA's office? If not, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 5-0. Next up, item number 2 is consideration and action regarding approval of the Rural Sheriff's Office Salary Assistance Program. That is Senate Bill 22 from last year. The Sheriff's Office will get $500,000 to help with salaries, bring them up to a minimum level. We've already included all that in our budget. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ebar, second by Commissioner Timmons. Any questions, comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 5-0. Number 3 is consideration and approval to accept a donation in the amount of $50 from Harry Haynes in memory of Sergeant Bill Patterson, retired. I just note that Mr. Patterson recently passed away, and someone has made this donation in his honor there to our sheriff's office. And gosh, we appreciate Mr. Patterson serving here for many years. He's a great man.
Yes, sir. And we're grateful for the donation,
Yeah.
obviously.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Coos, second by Commissioner Ebarb. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes.
I do
5-0.
believe that donation, just FYI, was designated to go to the K-9 program on the check. But I can send that to you if you need me to. Like you put on the 4 line for the K-9 program.
It just says in memory of Deputy Bill Patterson, but
Correct.
I think that would make it free
Okay.
for you to use however you need over there.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
All right, next up, item D, your county clerk, number 1 is consideration and approval of the transcribed minutes of Commissioners Court meeting on October 23rd, 2025. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Timmons, second by Commissioner Ebarb. Any questions, comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 5-0. Under new business, item number 1 is consideration and action to approve the purchase of Enterprise Fleet Management quote number 9379249. It's a 2026 Ford F-150, and quote 9379248. It's a 2026 Ford F-150 also. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Coos. Any questions or comments on these? You'll notice they're a little more expensive than normal, and if you look in the details, you probably saw that these are a little more customized. They have what's called a surveyor package in them. It's simply additional toolboxes like surveyors would use, but our crime scene investigator, Kaylee Wallace, and there's a young man, and her right-hand man, I forgot his name. It'll be for one truck for each of them, but that'll store their equipment safely in the back. We have a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes 5-0. Number 2 is consideration and approval of the 3D Maximum Security Assurance Program for Harrison County's Juvenile Services there at Willoughby. Ms. Whitehurst, you want to talk about this at all? Is this replacing a security system out there, or is it the same company?
It actually is. If you don't mind, I'm going to move this microphone because
Sure.
I talk loud. It actually is. The 2023, it went to Homeland Security. When we did the remodel, everything in Homeland was analog. 3D's digital. So obviously we had to pick something. So digital actually was going to be a lot more technological, I guess. So everything was moved over to 3D. Everything that we do is reliant on those cameras because someone's obviously in the control room watching all of the cameras. And so 3D, if you've ever had your cameras go down, you know, it's great. So 3D actually will come out and solve that problem right then. We were down for 3 hours. All of our camera system, it turned out that it was human error. But because I have so many cameras outside and inside, this is just an insurance package to make sure that we're never down and that everything kind of is up and running. I have so many different facets of that facility that has to stay up, from my intercom systems to being able to hear conversations between staff and children on children. It just makes sense to have this insurance package to cover the county.
And they're out of Henderson, so they're pretty close if you need them.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Very good. Any other questions or comments for Ms. Whitehurst?
If you don't mind, I'd like to go ahead and tell you that we discussed this at the board meeting. We had a piping system that I had put in the budget to actually use. We did not feel like that piping system is something that we wanted to launch right now.
Just to clarify, when I think of piping, I'm thinking of plumbing, but this is a monitoring system where you actually used looked like a piece of pipe to monitor each room, and it was a logging system, it logged when
Correct.
you went by, so it's not plumbing, it was monitoring.
My terminology is a little different than everybody
Yep,
else's,
yep.
I'm finding out.
So you didn't use this piping system?
Right, so it's already in the budget. I just need to make sure that y'all are okay with us going on with this contract. It's insurance policy for us to be able to monitor.
So you want, instead of paying for the piping system, you want to use that money for your security system?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ebarb, second by Commissioner Timmons. Any other questions or comments? If not, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. I see you got some of your staff here with you. You want to
I do.
introduce them to us?
This is Zachary Henderson. He is, I moved him from JSO position and he's now in probation. This is Marvin Wilcox. Marvin was the detention superintendent before I got here. He wanted to come back, and so now I've hired him as a certified activities officer. If you didn't notice, he was talking to the sheriff because we have started community service and we'd like to take on some of those projects with them. And this is Cheryl Fortman, and she is my medical coordinator, and she's also my training coordinator. They'd never been to a commissioner's court, and they needed to see this facet of what government does.
Fantastic. We're happy to have y'all here, and thank y'all for what you're doing out there very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Item number 3, we're going to take no action today. We'll pass over that and move it to the next meeting. Mr. Harmon will be here to discuss our health insurance contracts. That brings us to item number 4. It's consideration and action, subject to ratification in open court, the approval of the payment of $3,876 by request of the Senior Citizens of Texarkana, Inc. to the Texans Feeding Texans Grant for FY 2026 on behalf of Harrison County. The grant pledges said amount for senior citizens living in Harrison County, helping to provide home-delivered meals to elderly patients. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Timmons. This is very similar to Meals on Wheels, and thank you, Ms. Graff, for digging in. This was, those little 5 lines seemed pretty innocent, but that was a mess trying to figure out how all that worked, and I appreciate her.
And it's something the East Texas Council of Governments has been working on for years, trying to get Harrison County taken care of, so.
Sure. And this is a minimum amount, $3,800, but it's a token basically compared to what they pay. It's a substantial amount that they pour back into our elderly, our needy folks that, for meals.
Is this something different than Meals on Wheels? Or is this just the name of it for out of Texas County?
I think it's different.
Yeah, it's
It
different.
is different, but it's right along the same lines. They just serve a different group of people.
But their service citizen, people in Harrison.
They have
Yeah.
been serving them, and this is just kind of firms up, and they'll continue to do it. Yes, sir. Any other questions, comments?
I'd just like to thank Ms. Graff also, because I know it was a mess to untangle that, but thank you, ma'am.
Very much. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes 5-0. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hatfield, second by Commissioner Coos. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, our motion passes. It's 9:34 a.m. We're adjourned.
I believe that's a new indoor record.
Might be. If y'all would let me, not make me go